Forgot to hit record for the first 8 minutes. Hi-Fi audio will begin shortly.
Yes, yeah. I'm born and raised in London. I travel a lot, so I've been, it's been fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Tell us about the tour.
Where do I begin? It's been interesting. I think the first night was in Chicago 3 weeks ago. Nick, did you tell Eric what happened?
I don't know. Did I tell you that?
If you did, I don't remember it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've seen Eric.
Okay.
No. You should tell him what happened.
Well, I only found out half the story yesterday at the bar. Like, I got kind of debriefed what happened, so I'm still learning what happened.
Yeah.
So, was it 3 Fridays ago? Me and Nick, we were at the Lincoln Lodge. We got very, very drunk, and then I went to do another show elsewhere. And then
I met you the night this was taking place.
Yeah. Oh, yes,
I haven't seen you since then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's right.
So I came back, and you two had left, and I kept drinking on my own. And then I met a 55-year-old woman, and we were in the booth in the Lincoln Lodge just snogging, just like rolling around, literally just making out. And the best thing was, there was no one in the Lincoln Lodge, just apart from, what's her name, Jenna, is it?
Yeah, Jenna was behind the bar, just like cleaning a glass or whatever.
Just watching. So I'm just in the back, snogging this bird, who's like, could be my nan. And then... Then that happened until about 2:30 in the morning, and then I fell asleep outside on the side pavement. Yeah.
Of the lodge?
Oh yeah. Fell asleep, passed out.
Full of degeneracy.
Yeah. Oh, it gets worse. Passed out. They helped. The bar staff picked me up, and then I just fell back down. I face planted and just passed out again. I was the last person to leave the Lincoln Lodge. Like, I refused to leave. I was like, I'm staying here till opening time, and they had to drag me out because I was so drunk. An Uber come and pick me up. I don't know what happened between the Uber and me being dropped off at Nick's, but I lost my iPhone, so I've got no phone. I wake up.
Still no phone?
Oh, I'm using my burner phone at the moment, my drug dealer phone. Yeah, it's like this little shitty Samsung. I've been using that for 3 weeks. So yeah, got no iPhone, can't get into my banks, my emails, nothing. Like, I've literally just been traveling around America with just a phone that can take calls. And it's been the most stressful thing. But the story gets even more carnage. I wake up at 6 in the morning and I'm outside, not outside Nick's, I'm not in Nick's house, I'm on the sidewalk, just sprawled on like my bag. Yeah.
But I want to reiterate at this point of the story, because it sounds like I'm a bad friend, that I just let you sleep outside my place. I gave Jake the keys. Before we went to Lincoln Lodge, I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to stay out tonight. I'm pretty tired. So here's the keys. Here's the address. He's been there before. A year later, he'd stay there. So I was like, he's in his 30s. He's got a brain attached to his brain stem and everything. He can make it in here. And then I get a message at 4 in the morning, and it says, I'm outside, from Jake. And I was kind of confused, because I was like, he has the keys, so you should be able to come inside. So then I go outside. I don't see him. I go, Jake! Don't hear anything. I look like down the street, up the street, everything. And don't see him. So I just like, maybe he's like, I knew he was hammered because we got unbelievably drunk. So I was like, maybe he's like at a girl's place or something and was trying to message her. And then
I wish.
Okay, now we're back.
Okay. I like how you had to throw that bit in to defend your honor.
I just didn't want people sitting there being like, "Oh, Nick just let him sleep outside."
So you left when he was in the booth with the old maid?
No, this was pre.
I left. He was at another show.
You left with me, right?
Yeah. Yes. And I was like cross-eyed and like being like, and I kept texting Jake like, "Where are you? And then I was like, "He'll be fine. He's got the keys." Eric gave me a ride home. So I passed out 10 minutes later.
I like how whilst you were like that cross-eyed, pissed, I was doing a show in the same condition, trying to talk to.
Do you remember how the show went?
I remember barking like a dog at one point because no one was laughing, so I started making animal noises. It was the worst 10 minutes of my life, and it was. Oh yeah, I remember just getting off stage, and I remember the promoter went, "Oh, that's tough." And I went, "Yeah, that was pretty tough." And then I just went and started helping myself to some beers, like I'm some sort of alcoholic. But so okay, I'm out.
Some sort.
Yeah, no, I'm fully degenerate. So Nick has giving me the keys. It's 4 a.m. He's done his search outside, can't find me. I wake up at 6 in the morning on a Saturday, and my belly's grumbling. All that beer has not done well for me, and I need to go for a poo. I'm desperate for a poo. Like, I am dying to go for a poo, and I don't know where I am. So
you don't know where you are.
I don't know where I am. I just know I'm in America. That's all I know.
That's so disoriented. Just to be like, you're at this point, you're like fully proto-human. You're you're like, I'm outdoors. I have to shit. I don't have any like geolocator in my head for anything.
That's exactly what.
And you have no phone, right? So you don't know what time it is.
Yeah, no phone. I've got this watch.
Okay.
But it's set in the UK time, so it's fucking futile. So it's 6 in the morning and I'm just like, we're 6 hours behind. So I squat against a tree, and I start pooing on the sidewalk.
Holy
mate, I was desperate. Oh yeah, I was desperate. I was desperate.
That's more than desperate.
Mate, I was.
Desperate is like I'm trying to get to a Starbucks or something like that.
Oh no, I couldn't. I didn't know where I was. All I knew was that I was just on the side of a road in some suburban part of North Chicago, and I needed a shit, and I had to shit. It's not
suburban. Taking a shit in the suburbs is like, at least there's some room, a space between a house and a house.
Oh yeah, there was.
You were in it's a city.
Oh yeah, I was downtown.
Yeah,
fully arse open. And I was pooing to my heart's content. I was having a great time. Like for about 2 minutes, I forgot about all my problems. Like I was just like, brilliant. And then I just hear this lady walk past. She goes, "You're nasty." And I look up and I realise she's just watching me shit. And I went, yeah.
That's, to be fair, she assessed the situation.
Oh, perfectly. I would have the exact same reaction if it was the other way around. Could you imagine that?
Was she looking up or down from a porch?
No, she was walking.
Okay.
She walked past me as I was shitting. And like you can imagine, it's her Saturday morning. She's gonna have a wholesome weekend, and then she just sees this English man just squatting against a tree pooing with my rucksack next to me, and I'm shaking like a shitting dog because I'm so hungover and I don't know where I am. And then she just calls me nasty. And
now, out of curiosity, did you instinctively make eye contact?
Oh yeah,
like dog shitting, where you just
it was that awkward because I was just watching her and I was like a bit skittish. I was like, do I run? What do I do? But like my trousers were around my ankles, so I just thought, no, just let me finish up. So I used my socks and just throw them at the side of the tree.
Yeah.
I walk in about 7 in the morning, and Nick's like, "Oh, did you get laid?" And I was like, no, I need a shower. I've just emptied my bowels on the sidewalk of where you live.
Did you ever figure out how close it was to his place?
Oh yeah, like literally 10 yards. About 10.
Across the street.
Did you witness the...
I did show him it.
You don't go back to the crime scene, you know? I can be traced back to whatever crime
took
was
place.
committed, so
I did point it out to him as we went to Target the next day to get me a SIM card. I went, oh, that's the truth.
Now, to be fair, actually, before you did that, we were having some issues with some rapscallions that were hanging out on that street, like stealing Kias and drinking liquor.
They were there when I dropped you off, I believe.
Yes.
You pointed them out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those rapscallions have not shown up since he did that.
Really?
Yeah, he shat out there and they were like, whoa, there's some hardcore motherfuckers out here.
That's like a bear. Like when wolves, like we got coyotes, and they're like, we'll just put bear piss all over the area because they'll naturally avoid a larger predator.
He took an alpha shit out front.
Yeah, you fixed the rapscallion debacle.
I love how fitting the siren is. As I've just...
We got him. On record, he admitted to it. This was the pervert we got.
That's my ride.
But you're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Just that could be a business potential, like just shit in your neighborhood.
Yeah,
you're in a dodgy neighborhood. You want to get rid of some people.
That's
just
gentrification on the cheap.
Oh, that is.
It's just to have a British guy shit outside. That's like when they do like the emotional like time-lapse cartoons of like something dying, but then a sunflower grows out of the skull or something like that.
Yeah.
If you have a British guy take a shit on your thing within 72 years or whatever, there would be a cupcake shop. People are leaving their front doors unlocked. There's a kid skipping, a mailman putting a package in a thing.
Just doing God's work, I have.
That's what happened on Long Island. All the British people, when they landed there, just took a big dump all over Long Island.
Exactly.
And then went to New York. So Long Island is now, what Long Island is. I've never been to Long Island.
You just decided to make an enemy?
I thought it was all suburban and nice.
Nah.
Oh. I thought you were saying it was shitty.
No. I'm saying British people shit there back in 1700.
And what grew out of it is
Drove
yes.
the riffraff out.
is a good egg and cheese. Bagel, egg, and cheese.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That's the wildest drinking story we've had on the podcast so far.
That is literally 12 hours into America.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his first night.
Now, is
in
this
the
your
country.
normal behavior in London?
Yeah.
as
Oh yeah.
well?
No, I've done that many a times. Yeah. But
Okay.
it's just,
I didn't know if America awoke something in you or if you were just like running the program
normally,
as per usual.
yeah, I was just running through the classics. No, to be fair, like London, it would have taken me a good few months to acclimatise. 12 hours. I was like, no, I'm ready. I feel comfortable. I'm ready to let loose.
Literally.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, but yeah. So that was
God.
that was day 1 of the tour,
Yeah.
and it's day 24 now. So I've had to go through.
Have you come close to topping that?
Oh, I've definitely come close to more carnage and chaotic things.
Yeah.
But no shit. No, I learnt my lesson there.
Yeah.
I actually become sober after that. Like, I was just traumatized. I was shocked at my own self.
How long before you drank again after that day?
I was drinking it.
Hours.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was
Hours?
drinking the next day. I was drinking.
Yeah. We were like, I was like, you got to keep me as well. I think we kept going because I was like, there's only one way out.
I feel like Brits have a stomach for that.
I have drunk every night for the past 20 years since I've been in America. I'm drinking right now. Like, I have drunk. I went to Salt Lake for 2 nights where it's really hard to drink alcohol. I was shit-faced both nights. Like, I found it. I found it. Like,
You sniffed it out.
oh, like a pig looking for truffles. I found my booze. It was yeah. Is that a Miller Lite? I need that in my stream now, but yeah,
That's fantastic.
it's been good fun. The trip has killed me though, mentally. Yeah, it's aged me.
Yeah.
It's aged me. Like, honestly, because that's the thing. I was going from city to city. I've done 6 cities in 3 weeks. So every city I go to, everyone wants to drink.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think the first 2 was like Nashville and Raleigh. So I was like, okay, that's cool. And then when I got to Denver, I met a guy called Matt Kobos, who's a brilliant comedian. He was like, let's get fucked up. And I was like, mate, I've been fucked up for 10 days now. I don't know how much is left in the canister. And he took me some dark waters of just drinking.
He took you out deep?
Oh, yeah, like, honestly, getting in at 2, 3 in the morning each night, getting up. Because I obviously want to sightsee as well.
Yeah.
I want to, so I shouldn't have, but I hired a car whilst pissed. And, like, I was driving, and I was like, I'm still quite drunk, and I'm driving to like Boulder and the Red Rocks Fair. Oh mate, honestly, yeah,
It's beautiful there though.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. But I had a
Yeah.
tinny, I had a beer with me. Like I literally had it.
You were drinking and driving?
No, I was drinking. I would stop over, then
okay,
drink,
okay.
and then yeah.
I thought you were literally just like rocking like.
Sir, I'm not drinking and driving.
Yeah, I'm doing one and then the other.
Oh no, that's fine. Only do one at a time. That's
Yeah, exactly.
my rule.
Oh yeah, man, that's what I was doing. So like literally at Red Rocks, I had like a little flask, and I was just drinking, and I just thought, Jesus Christ, what has my life become?
I could never drive in another country, especially in England. I could never drive. Our roads are so big compared to yours, so
Yeah.
it must feel like a go-kart track.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
and it was an I don't drive automatics in the UK either. So
Oh, okay.
so this one
Everything's on easy mode here.
Yeah, it was like, oh mate, I was doing like at one point I was doing like 120 miles per hour. Like I was down the freeway. I got flashed and everything, so I was just like, I'm definitely getting caught speeding. Oh yeah, I think because I was in this like 4-litre Jeep. I asked for like a little shitty like Fiat, like, and they gave me this like they said, oh we've run out of these, so we're giving you an upgrade, and it was like a 4-litre like 4x4, and I was like, no.
They did the same thing to my brother. They're running a Jeep thing.
Yeah.
He rented he was like, I want a fucking, Suburban or whatever, a sedan, something reasonable.
That's exactly what I wanted.
And he pulled up to the
Suburbans are
beach
tanks.
vacation, like a 4-door blue Jeep,
Oh yeah.
extended thing, whatever.
And the worst thing was my number plate was California, so everyone was beeping at me because I was driving like a dick because I didn't know what I was doing anyway. So everyone's having a go at me. They're like, "Oh, classic tourist from California," and it's me just hanging out with like a flask, going, "I'm getting drunk. I gotta go to Boulder."
Mate, I'm not from California.
Yeah,
I'm blimey drunk right now.
I'm pissed as a fart, but yeah. So that was fun. And then Salt Lake was different. I met the love of my life in Salt Lake.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I'll tell you what. It could have been a guy, but after the night I had with her, honestly, I can't even say her name. She's asked me not to mention it. I don't even know if this is going on the podcast. Fuck it. I had my first squirter.
There you go.
Oh, mate, honestly. I sent Nick pictures of, like, her bed beforehand.
Sure did.
And I was like, I'm getting in trouble here, because it was all, like, handcuffs and bondage and, yeah. And I was
Holy moly.
I, again, matched her on the morning. I said, this is my last night in Salt Lake. Better make the most of me, as a joke. And she was like, we can either play chess, watch a Disney film, or have some really hot sex. And I was like, well, talk to me about chess first. Like, I played the long game. 12 hours later,
you're running the Queen's Gambit.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, never met a squirter, and it's changed me.
Yeah.
It's changed me for life.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm a new man. Like, I don't even know if this is worthy of the podcast, but, like, honestly, I was drenched.
This is worthy of the podcast.
It was amazing. Like, honestly, it was the best thing that's ever happened.
Give me, was she and I've only recently learned these terms. Gusher.
Oh,
squirt. Was it coming out in a laser beam, or was it coming out like?
It was like Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
Like,
so less range, more volume.
It was.
Do you know about this? Are you trying to cultivate your own type of squirting situation back at home?
Not good to cultivate it. Like mankind making agriculture for the first time.
Exactly.
I'm digging out the trenches.
You have to plant the seed and do certain exercises, and
no, to me it's just
it's a fascinating.
It's fascinating, but it's also like it's not something that is regularly done on a. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to put like a tarp down. You got to plan ahead unless you have some like.
Do you want me to show you the picture of
yeah, please drop it. But I mean, it's like. I feel like
pee.
For a one-night stand,
it's got to be mostly pee.
Oh, it probably was.
I think it's almost all pee.
Do you know what?
Well, all pee is hot too. You know what I mean? That's the thing is when people are like, "It's all pee," you're like, "It's not." We're not discussing contents here. That's like when somebody's like, McDonald's hamburger is like 50% recycled penguin meat. And you're like, yeah, I'm not getting it for the health content.
No, but the point that it's all pee is that it's an illusion. It's not a sexual thing. It's she's just pissing all over the place.
But it is sexual because it's happening during sex.
Turns out I have that kink then, but like that was her.
Holy moly!
Honestly, she had like that
Good
top.
God.
Yeah, honestly.
Are you sure it wasn't you?
Oh mate,
that's a lot of back sweating.
Well, she was sweaty. Yeah, but she honestly. It was like I was being waterboarded at one point. I actually was like gasping for air because the water was just coming in at such volume.
You were munching and she was.
Yeah, all of it.
The pee,
like,
you mean?
The pee, everything. Like it, I swallowed so much. Like honestly, I can't believe how much I
Christ.
Damn.
Yeah.
That feels like something I would be super excited about. Like for some reason right now, it just sounds like I'd be tired.
I was traumatized.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it sounds like, I don't know. I want to get back to wanting that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Tired and full.
Yeah, I was no longer dehydrated. Like my skin was
I can't imagine
high.
getting full on ejaculate. The fucking
It was so.
That's what it is.
It was.
That's what I'd call it.
It was so good. I forgot about my ex. Like I literally was
that's
like,
a good feeling.
mate. Honestly, it was amazing. Like I'm like I said, changed man.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'll
you
never.
stayed in touch at all, or
I said to her, I said, I'll come Salt Lake next year just for one night. Like, I'm mad
You're
enough.
jumping in her Salt Lake.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
I get why they call it Salt Lake City.
Me and my friend from back home, Lee, who's a comic, we've started calling her the Squirt Lake City. Like, honestly, it was. Yeah, she was.
So were you cuffed up eating her box?
I wasn't cuffed up, but I was.
cuffed up?
Yeah, she was for a bit, and I was definitely in her box.
She was for a bit, and I left her that way. For all I know, she's still there.
She's just still squirting.
He's drinking up 2% alcohol beers in Salt Lake City. That's a lot of water content.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, honestly.
Oh, yeah, that must be it, too.
Yeah, she probably had.
They have lower alcohol content beer.
Yeah, that's
Do
why her
they?
pussy was
Yes,
overflowing.
The Mormons really got their claws in there.
But that was the funny thing. I was staying in a hostel, so I was in like an 8-man hostel. So I went to see her, and I'd only been chatting to this guy who was opposite me, a guy called Eric, and he was like, "Oh, before you go out, do you want some edibles?" And I was like, "I'm not going to say no." So I just munched on a bunch of edibles. So I was high as a kite. when I went and met her, and it was the most. Yeah, it was beautiful. I was in this little bar eating some food, and this pilot from Southwest was talking to me, and in my head I'm like, I'm about to shag a squirter. I just couldn't talk to him seriously because I was so focused on the fanny.
That's just a guy just being like, one time I pulled a 747 out of it was a deathly tailspin. I could barely, but I had to do it to save an entire flight. I was transporting a bus full of St. Jude's kids, and you're just like, you ever fuck a squirter? But
You got
Feed on.
honestly, best.
I want to know how to execute a water landing.
I think squirting was like the first thing I was into.
Yeah,
It's pretty up there because it's a nice visual confirmation that you've done the right thing.
exactly
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
mate, I
that's
felt
what it is.
electric. I felt electric.
Because even when they come, if they don't squirt, you're like, you could always be lying to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the thing, like you just said, like the visual aspect. I actually felt like I was the best shagger of all time for about 2 minutes, and then when I
Yeah.
sat in the Uber covered in cum and piss, I was just I was like, what has my life become? Going back
You
to
didn't,
an
you didn't shower at her place?
No.
I mean, he did in a way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was. Yeah.
That's like when you have to shower before going into a pool. Or
Yeah.
whatever. You're like,
Yeah.
That was exactly
It's the
it.
idea
You
of
should,
getting
I
in.
would say, and this might be a little much, but I would say let it dry and then chip it off and put it in like a salt shaker, like
That's
Salt
like a-
Lake City. Have a little natural pink Himalayan
yeah,
sea
yeah,
salt.
there you
Then you
go.
just get to sprinkle that on the old fish and chips back home.
I landed at
It's
Heathrow
like
on
vinegar.
Sunday. Got anything to declare? Yeah, just this fucking cummy salt, like from Salt Lake.
Ooh, Jake, you look a bit peely. No, that's precious cargo right there.
That grade A jizz.
Oh,
Yeah, that was fun. Salt Lake was good fun.
sounds like it.
I didn't have any. I actually hated Salt Lake. For the record, I hated it. Other than that, like
How was the
that
comedy?
awful. Hated it. Like even though it was Wise Guys, which was a great club, the venue aesthetically pleasing, but just I did one of those open mics where it's like 40 acts.
Yeah.
You have 3 minutes, and I was
those
on.
aren't acts. If there's
Oh, yeah.
40 of them, they're not.
Oh yeah, I was
they're
being
not
polite.
acts.
Oh yeah, I'm just a guest in your country, so I'm trying to be polite. Yeah, dog shit. Yeah. And then what made it worse was about 30. Yeah, it was about 40 of us, and about 20 of the acts before me did 9/11 jokes, even though it was 2 days after. And I was just like, this is brilliant. Like, this is what I've flown to Salt Lake for this. Yeah, so.
Actually, at most American open mics, it doesn't even have to be around 9/11, and there's still going to be about 20 people doing 9/11 jokes.
I was in Austin on 9/11, and the amount of acts that did 9/11 jokes. One guy walked on and went, today's 9/11, I think we should just take a moment to appreciate how far we've come. No one laughed. And he went, okay, moving on to the next joke. And I was like, that's not a joke. We'll say yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Steve, were you doing some research? Did you? I thought you
Yeah, I
pulled
was
up.
looking up squirting stuff.
Honestly, I don't need to Google it anymore. I've lived it. Like, that's the thing as well.
You've been to the mountaintop.
Oh, mate. Oh, yeah.
It's a faith thing. now.
I've met God and looked at him in the eye. There's no
Skeens gland. That's where it's coming
Yeah.
from.
Oh, that was the thing as well. It was interesting because when she was like, I'm about to squirt, inside it got really like inflated.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this. So, like, I mean, you can only, when you watch squirt porn or whatever, you watch porn and they squirt, you don't obviously get to know what actually goes inside. So when it happened, it was like as if I was being pushed out. It was like, it was really bizarre.
Was she squirting just from you fucking her?
But tongue, fingers,
Everything?
everything.
I saw a magic wand in that picture.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There
It
was.
wasn't all Jake.
No, that.
I saw the magic wand.
Because in my experience,
and it was a corded one. It wasn't even the battery one. That
It
was
was
a
on
heavy
that
duty.
Like a pneumatic drill.
It was
like
on
you
one
you just
10
started like a
power,
weed
baby.
whacker. You hit the sprinkler system. But yeah, my limited squirting experience has only been from like very particular finger placement, like getting up and hitting the
you've actually. Oh man.
inside button.
Honestly.
I've never been with a girl who squirted just from like every time she came, she squirted.
Honestly, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I'm talking to you. I'm coming to you like fucking Moses right
Yeah.
now. I'm excited to hear what's from the mountaintop.
Yeah, so I remember I went and brushed my teeth in her bathroom, and then I come out, and she was still just on her own, just going for it, and it was just like.
He's just fucking her with an umbrella.
Oh, but honestly,
Got one of those British rain hats on.
He looks like a fisherman in the full yellow.
Paddington Bear.
Honestly, she was so much fun that I will happily. She said she's moving. She might be moving to another city. She doesn't know where. And I said, "You just tell me the city next year. I'll be there."
Yeah,
because you don't.
Wisconsin Dells probably.
The Finger Lakes.
I will go anywhere.
Oh shit!
That's hilarious.
The streets will never forget. Like, honestly.
No, I like those. Like, I get nostalgic about those like crazy one night things where you're just like. I don't think we're really meant to have those. I think that's like a new thing that's popped up in where it just will plague you for like you'll be, let's say 15 years from now, you'll be like married to like a nice lady, and then just once every 3 months you'll be out on your porch smoking a cigar, being like, wonder where she is.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be like that PTSD, like this flashback from Nam.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's gonna be like, how come you don't look at me when we fuck? And you're like, because
it just brings back the memory.
Yeah. I have to intentionally look away out of respect.
You're just like ordering your wife to like, okay, just shoot me with this squirt gun when you're coming, and I can close my eyes.
We could pretend.
And we can pretend.
One night you're like, oh, we gotta heat up the water.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Oh man, good. Well, I'm glad America's giving you all you can handle.
Well, that was as well. Like on that second night in Chicago, because we were out for your missus's birthday.
Yeah.
And I matched a girl, like a friend of a friend. She lives south side in Chicago, and she invited me over. And I said to Nick, "Oh, can I?" I said, "How?" Like, I'm going to this place. And he goes, "Don't go there. Don't go there." I said, "Mate, the lift's already coming. Like, oh, I'm going there. I'm going there." And I remember, I had to pick up some beers from it's like a service station, gas station, and we pulled up in Southside. And my Lyft driver, it was just me and him, just two white guys. And he was like, "Jake, hurry up. This neighbourhood's not safe." And I was like, "Shut up, mate. Don't drive off without me." So I pick up. I had to go. When was the last time you've had to go to a counter, like in a shop, and ask for condoms?
Oh, yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I had to do that, like, at 31. Go, "Excuse me, mate, where are your condoms?" I felt like such a kid. And he was like, "I got you." And I was like, "Cheers, mate." Yeah, Southside. Oh, yeah, I've had some fun.
Was it a black lady?
No, it was a Mexican.
Holy moly.
Oh, mate, I'm getting around.
Yeah. Was that a first for you?
What, Mexican? Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, pappy. Back at home, I have a map of like different of the world, and every nationality I sleep with, we tick it off. Me and my flatmate.
Yeah.
So we've hit about 25 countries.
You're an
Holy
absolute whore.
Oh,
by the way,
that's wild.
That is some
Do you mind if I
whore
can just make
shit
a
right
choice?
there.
Yeah. During lockdown.
Pinning off countries of women.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have the list, but you keep that inside. You don't put it out there in the world like that.
Oh no! Me and my mate, we're in a WhatsApp group, and like I text him saying Mexico, tick it off, and then I asked if I could like break it down to states, because I've like been with like 5 people on this trip, and I was like, "Can we break it down to states?" And he was like, "No."
5 people's a fantastic run.
What are the apps you're hitting on? What are the?
I was using Tinder. It's been like
wow.
I've been like Jordan, like the goat. Like,
what is giving? Like,
But Jake has showed me some of the girls he matches with too, and it's the pound. All right, there's some real strays in there.
Oh yeah, that
need a home.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
she wasn't so much of a squirter as she just nervously peers anytime she hears a can full of nickels. You're picking up strays.
I tell you what, I did pick up a stray in Austin. I did pick up a stray. And this is the most maddest one as well.
She's riding around in an Uber with a big cartoon dog catcher net. You just scoop them out. Got anybody out after the street lights come on? Give me the Austin
all those
story.
girls in those tight shorts with the big, like.
Oh,
fupa
yeah. You gotta get under the hood.
No, they weren't that bad.
Under the hood. You got one of those sticks to prop it up.
Oh. Now that's thinking with your dipstick.
Mate, no matter how many beers, that's not happening.
You checking the oil?
Hot down there. It's all red bothered.
Now you see the problem here.
I just love the image of someone
You're cool
getting
and
like a
sleeping.
chopstick and just putting it between your gut and your pelvis.
It's like an animal trap.
Yeah.
Like a trap a small rabbit.
He rolls out. He's on one of the little back scooters. He's like, look, I can fix it, but it's going to cost you $350. I'm going to have to order the parts from Taiwan.
Oh, no. I would like to say, for the record, not all of them have been like that. A couple have.
No, you've shown me a couple that were really impressive.
Thank you. I want that on record.
Give me the Austin.
Well, the
breakdown.
Austin was. I was hanging out with a comedian that weekend, and he was doing a show in East Austin Comedy Club. So I went with him, and before the show started, he said, "Oh, I want to get some food." So I was like, "Okay, I'll come with you." So we'll literally walk out of the venue and chuck a ride, and there's these 3 girls outside this music venue, and we get chatting to them because one of them goes, "Hey, I recognise you from Instagram," because he's got a bit of a following. So we got chatting, and then one of the other
It's
girls,
Joe Rogan.
yeah. Could you imagine? Just me and Joe. And then the other girl's chatting to me because of my English accent, and she gives my Instagram details. Night goes on. 4 hours later, she messages me, DMs me at like 1 a.m. Goes, "Hey, do you want to come round?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. I've got nothing else to do. I'm pretty pissed right now. I'm pretty drunk, so yeah." I got like a $40 Uber into the deep of South Austin, and I turn up, and it's just her sister, and 4 other blokes, and I'm like, what's this? Is this like this is going to be a group shag? Is this? I don't know. Like, I've just turned up, and
Are you in or out? If that's the case.
Yeah, I'm in. Like, I've already paid $40 for the Uber. Like, even if I had to get the fact that I've turned up means I'm there at all costs. Like, even if it was a murder scene, I'll just get involved. I'll just like dig in deep. And yeah, so the girl goes with the 3. Yeah, so it's 3 guys. Sorry. So her sister goes with like bunch of guys into a room, and it's just me and that girl.
Holy moly!
Oh yeah.
Wait, for a shag?
Yeah,
Or were they just giving you guys space? Were they like,
I mean, by the sounds of what I could hear, she was taking one for the team. She was
taking 3 for the team.
Yeah, mate, honestly, I don't know where it was going, like what holes was going in where, but yeah, wow. She was having a great time. And then it was just me.
I hope.
I pray. I never saw her again, so so yeah, God knows what's happened. But so I was with this girl. We're outside smoking weed, and her dog comes out of nowhere. I didn't know she had a dog. Just comes running over and just pounces on me. It's like a big golden retriever, big old dog. And I'm not mad for dogs. I like them, but they're all right. I don't have dogs, so I'm just like, and I'm really high, so I'm like, hey man, just fuck off, you're cock blocking me. You're like, you get away. Yeah, it was weird because I was having sex with her, and then her sister next door was getting railed so loud that the wall, you could just hear everything because there was 3 blokes in there just going to town on her. and I'm just laying there whilst this girl's on top of me, and she's like giving me the time of my life, and in my head I'm thinking, I kind of want to be in that room. I just want to see what it's like. So yeah, it was, and they went for hours. Like, mate, when I'm drunk, I two pumps and I'm done. But
Really?
Yeah, like at this point I was knackered. I had nothing left. Like, I just wasn't. Yeah, and it was quite.
You're not mentally there to stop the dam.
Yeah.
You're to stop the river. You can't dam the river.
Yeah.
So then you're like, it's just gonna be.
Yeah, you get what you get, and you don't get upset.
Yeah, exactly. Just be grateful it's happened. Yeah.
But there's there's some psychosexual darkness to like getting fucked while you're your sister getting gangbanged through that's.
They probably
either that's like doing nothing for her and she's super sad, or it's doing something for her and she's like a fucking psycho nut.
It's the latter.
It's the latter one?
100%. Yeah, like she didn't stop. I was just like, "Are you okay with this?" And like her sister's just like, you could just hear her yell out, like, "Put in my ass," and I'm just like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, I like you, you're fit, but I kind of want to go in there. Like, I just want to see.
Was the sister better looking?
No, I had managed to pull the better one. Like, I actually.
Yeah, this is a very attractive one.
Yeah, this one was. I did. Very well.
I thought this was the one where you had to get under the hood.
No, that was the squirt. Under the.
We are in a park right now.
Yeah, I mean that's.
No, that was the squirrel.
That's
from Mexico.
I've noticed how like everyone is starting to move away from us.
Yeah, we've got a little ring going, but that's okay.
Yeah. But no. Oh.
There's a squirt bell.
Yeah. She's ready.
Yeah, somebody left their hose.
It's filled up again. You gotta drain it.
Bring a bucket of
I'm
mom.
ready.
So yeah, that's probably what. Oh yeah, that's what I've been up to.
What's your favorite city so far?
What, for the women or just
in America.
Oh, I really liked Austin. Austin was good. It was
Really?
good fun. Yeah, really good fun. The comedy's really good. A lot of partying. Nashville was fun, but the comedy was nowhere near as good. So yeah, I kind of like varied, factor everything in. I'd say Austin was my present city excluded because I love Chicago. Yeah, Austin was quality.
I'm going down there for the first time in about a month.
Nice.
For like 11 days.
What,
Whoa.
for comedy? Or?
I think in 9 days I've booked 12 shows so far.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can pick up, and it's all like on one strip, like within like half a mile of each other. So I remember I think I did like 3 shows every night, like Friday and Saturday. I did like 3 shows, and then you could just walk around, hop around. I managed to get on the mothership as well. That was pretty
Nice.
cool. That
Mike?
Yeah, it was the open mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, honestly, they were so pumped when they get in. Like the guy who was working there goes, "This is the greatest comedy club you will ever perform at," and everyone's just applauding, going, "Yeah!" And I was just like, "This is fucking America on steroids."
Yeah,
I loved
I'm
it.
excited to see it. It's
Oh, it's beautiful.
what do you call it? I think on one night I have 4 shows, and I'm like nervous about. But then I was like Googling where everything was, and it's like nothing is more than 20 minutes from anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's really good.
So,
what
we'll
shows
see.
you doing? Like Sunset?
think I've got almost every of the little things
Nice.
booked. I got South Austin, East Austin, Creek and Cave.
Yeah, Creek and Cave was
Yeah.
my favorite.
I'm excited for that.
That was a
I think I
really
got
good
2
one.
or 3 things there. Mothership for the roast battle.
Nice. Are you there on a Sunday by any chance?
I think so.
Go to the Creek and Cave on a Sunday. Like I think it's called like Go Bananas or something. It's a show where the comics. It's kind of like Kill Tony. They just heckle the act on stage. They do a 5-minute set and then they heckle.
Is that the
But-
one where people throw things at like a gong?
No,
I'm
no,
doing
no.
that one, which I'm.
Oh,
We
I did
can't. No one can just kind of do comedy. They've all got to have. We all got to have a gong, or everyone's got to yell out horrible shit at you.
Oh yeah, that's
no
the
one
way.
can just be peaceful and be like, "Hey, let me just tell some jokes and make $20."
Now, to be fair,
that's
when
too
when
easy.
you're back in the you're in the pillbox and you get to be the one heckling.
Oh mate, I was heckling for days.
Yeah, I like that.
There was one guy on that show where
Sometimes.
like he had like this long hair. He looked like the guy from Scary Movie 2 when he goes, "Take my strong hand," and I shouted that out, and everyone just abused this poor bloke. I enjoyed it so much, just heckling everyone. And the fact that I was out of town with my English accent, they were all going crazy, going, "Oh, the Englishman's piping up," and I was like, "You're fucking." It was very cathartic for me. Let's get it all off my chest.
Actually, that's true. If there could be a mic here where we could just yell our true feelings at people when they're on stage, that could be good for us.
I mean, every now and then Power Hour was like that back in the day. Remember that?
Never went.
No. Yeah. I went and didn't like it, and then went back.
Trigger warning.
And then trigger warning. That's what it was. Yeah. But you should actually sign up or submit to be, because this would fit you exactly. Power Hour, they give you 8 PBRs, and you're supposed to try and finish them before the end of the mic, and you heckle the acts that are on stage.
Oh wow, where's
I would love to do that. That's Friday nights, right? Power Hour.
Yeah. Allegedly, told a guy to take his nuts out, and he did it on stage.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That would be awesome to see.
Isn't that a fun? I wish there's more nonsense
Nudity.
like that going
I'm
on.
gonna-
Well, it doesn't have to be nudity, but just like
It could be though.
yeah, it could be.
So we.
I think I just don't want it to be nudity because now I'm 30 and I moved in with the lady and stuff, and I'm just like, I can't watch you kids have fun with that.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna be that creep in the corner, just like, go get your nuts out, show me your dick.
Oh, I'll be the creep in the corner. I don't think there's any.
But I'll be the vocal one. I'll be like, go do it.
Take your fucking tits out. What? That should be a funny thing to do with the Power Hour spot. Is to not really heckle the comedy at all. Like,
Oh, just kind of like be into everybody
show
sexually.
me your fucking butthole. What? Show me
Here,
your
let's
fucking
touch.
butthole.
Let's touch palms.
Hold my hand while you do this set.
Look at me.
You smell nice.
Oh, you smell good.
Oh, fuck, you smell good.
Just
What are you
eating
talking
a giant
about?
plate of ribs.
No napkin.
You got nipple clamps over the shirt? This is fucking good comedy.
What do you guys think about pierced? What do you guys think about pierced nipples?
Big fan.
Saw a pair of pierced nipples the other day, and I thought that's a pretty wild life choice. To pierce them and then put them on display.
Wait, where did you see
feel
him?
good when you
Just
play
on
with
the
them.
Yeah,
in the wild.
Other people play with them. It's supposed to feel like
They're really sensitive.
Yeah.
awesome.
It keeps them around, but it's like again, it just goes to that like it's step one in getting pounded by 3 dudes while your sister fucks in the next room. It's like you're somewhere on that spectrum.
Pierced tongue, pierced nips.
Yeah, it's pierced nips is fun, but it's just
Fun.
One of my mates had a Prince Albert. I don't know if you
run with a wild crew.
Yeah, he had like a pierced knob, and I remember he got it done in college, like not college, like in like last grade of high school equivalent. So he was like 17, and he was like, "Oh guys, I've got to show you something." And we're like, "Okay," and he's got a massive knob, and he just whacks it out, and he's just got a big fucking piercing through it, and I was just like, we were like. Wow, like, yeah, it was impressive, yeah. So, but no, that looks some painful. Yeah, I think
through
nipples.
the tip.
Yeah, oh yeah. Nips.
It's like a fish hook.
Yeah.
It's like rigging up a worm, Carolina style.
Fuck out.
Yeah, no, seriously, yeah.
And he was circumcised?
No, uncircumcised.
Oh wait, so does the piercing go under the turtleneck when it's not in use? Is it hidden?
That's
yeah,
gotta be
it's
just
it's hidden. Yeah.
bacteria-centric. So you've got to take like antibacterial wipes and wipe your dick. That's gotta
Sting.
At least maybe at the beginning until it
until it
calcifies.
Yeah.
Oh.
Until it hardens over.
But like, imagine having sex with that in. I'd be so paranoid that it. Oh.
Yeah, it'd catch.
Or
Dude, if
get
that thing
lost
caught
in
some
her-
pubes.
Or if it catches her IUD, like it wraps around
Oh.
it. There goes your penis. There goes your penis. See your penis.
That's.
See you later, penis.
Just going. Oh my God, my penis. My penis.
I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to tell you this, but the tip of my penis. You need to call 911.
Everywhere. There's blood going.
It's like a Tarantino film, the blood gushing.
I don't know how to say this, but I think my penis is still in your pussy. There's just like,
I mean, frankly,
covered in blood, like literally cannot see.
He's a
Like,
squirter. He's a squirter.
frankly, man, this is goddamn embarrassing. But I think part of my penis might have ripped off in your vagina, and we need to get medical attention.
Why is he a cowboy?
Pardon
me, man.
I say.
I don't think your saloon doors are closing all the way. What on account of my 6-shooter?
Because he's apologizing. It's like a gentlemanly thing. I'm this, frankly, embarrassing, madam, but
It's Yosemite Sam.
I ripped my spur off in your pussy there.
What in tarnation?
And honestly, I can feel myself passing out, and I don't think I'm going to survive this. But I'm sure sorry about the due diligence I did not do.
Can you fetch the medicine man?
Looks like I was playing horseshoes with your pussy.
Quick, grab the snake oil.
Oh god.
Grab Dr. Esther's all-purpose snake oil. Quick, put some of the miracle tonic on my knob.
Now it really is a knob.
Yeah.
There's such horrible thoughts in my head right now.
Yeah, they got that one. Then there's one that's like, I think you can get it on the top of your cock, like a ladder. They just clamp them up the top. Those are the two options.
I don't. I just don't need any metal
Yeah.
down. You know what I mean? Like,
You know what I'd like?
I don't need
is
to
like
add any
a little loop
alloys.
on the head, and then a chain attached to my like pubic area, and then you could just take your flaccid cock and kind of like attach it so it's curled up,
you crank.
like just like a little drawbridge that I could release. Yeah.
Don't worry, ma'am. I reckon I can keep going for hours. What on account of the fact that I got my dick hooked up to a drawbridge chain.
Lower the bridges.
I was
in
on a
a reality
cattle
show.
ride somewhere between here and Arizona way. I took some peyote, lost 100 head of cattle, woke up and I had a chain between my belly button, my cock head, and a little... Reckon I must have run into the Sioux people out there. They do some crazy things. That's wild.
You were talking about. Oh, the jig is up.
That's my right.
We were talking about obviously ripping in the act of sex.
The ripping, the tearing.
The ripping of the dick of the head. This happened to my friend. He snapped his banjo string when he was 15. and it was his first time sleeping with his girlfriend at her parents'.
You're gonna have to explain what a bandage.
Oh, literally like under the hood, the bit that connects the head, like the really thin.
I know what you're
Like
talking
a
about.
tendon.
Yeah,
or something
is
like
that. What
that.
you'd
Are you you're not circumcised, right?
I'm snipped for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Catholic.
damn.
We're snipped, and we're 50-50 on the snippage here.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not snipped.
That's why I was.
You're
like,
unsnipped.
Yeah.
Wait, is
I'm
banjo
unsnipped.
string specific to you guys?
Yes.
Is it really?
Oh.
I didn't know
To the
that.
unsnipped?
I'm pretty sure.
But it's like the bit when you pull back the head to say hello, and it's like the bit underneath the hood.
See, they always
You
say
pull it
hello.
back and it goes
Yeah.
do do do
And
do
there's
do
this,
do
like-
do do.
it's like a tendon that keeps your skin attached to the head.
Yeah.
I
Gotcha.
think when you get circumcised, that all just goes.
He fucked someone so tight it circumcised him.
Yeah, pretty well. He tore it, and
Oh, man.
it's really painful apparently. Like, and he did it when he was 15 at his girlfriend's for the first time he was
What do
sleeping
you
with her.
do? What happens?
Well, he
It'd be
didn't know.
funny if
What,
he thought
well, 'cause
he
it
broke her
bleeds-
hymen.
No, well, it bleeds so much. He started to panic because he's now got to tell his girlfriend's mum and dad that
To
he's-
take him to the hospital.
Yeah, so he's literally wrapped his knob in like a towel, and it's going red because it's bleeding so much.
Oh my god.
So his girlfriend at the time, his mum, her mum and dad had to drive him to like the emergency room. with a
Now,
towel.
I reckon I'm coming to you asking for a favor here, madam.
How
Now,
do you do it?
I'm certainly sorry that I have to declare this to you.
You can just see the dad like, see what happens when you try to fuck my daughter. See what happens? Your dick
Now,
breaks.
if there's a medical tent nearby that might be of service, otherwise I'll just take.
We don't
if you
go
have
to
a-
the-
If you have whiskey and a string, I reckon I could fix the problem myself.
Hop on down to the local drugstore.
Dolores, get this boy some
Munitions.
whiskey. Now, this is going to be painful. He just pulls a fucking
But it might
spear out of
just
a
save
fire.
your life. Yeah, he's got a Bowie knife in the fire.
Yeah, you gotta cauterize the wound.
Oh my
That's
god,
rough.
Imagine
Snap.
being 15.
banjo
Pardon me,
string.
ma'am. I gotta stick my dick in your fire here. I'm so sorry.
This is unbecoming of a gentleman such as myself.
Why is it so much funnier in this accent?
But if I ever want to be coming again, I'm going to need some medical attention here pretty quickly. I seem to have torn my covered wagon, if you catch my drift.
Your daughter's pussy had some true grit inside of there.
Oh man.
Oh.
Honestly, wow. Yeah, 15.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's-
young to have a dick injury.
Yeah, dick injury.
Yeah, 15. I remember he told me that in college, and I was like, "Shit, son, that."
He had to put in a neck brace after.
I had to wear. A
He's got to
cone.
wear one of like the little scooters when you break your leg. It's just a tiny one for your hog. The little thin, looks like a Dr. Seuss invention. It just goes all the way to the ground on a little unicycle wheel.
Yeah, the legs are like 2.5 feet long, but tiny.
He's got to have his foreskin's got a dog collar, like so it doesn't nibble.
Cone of shame.
The cone of shame. The bone of shame.
You need to put that away.
Just to hear a doctor being like, "Now listen, you cannot get an erection for 2.5 weeks. You can't."
And
do
you're
it."
15.
And you're
Yeah.
just starting already.
Yeah.
Just hearing her say that. Like,
Yeah,
you
you
cannot
saying
put
that is
on.
already-
You're just pulling that face. Like,
Now, ma'am, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but if you talk to me in that sultry voice, we're going to break rule number uno. You don't happen to have a male doctor that could come deliver this news in a more gravelly tone.
that's the awkward moment. When it does. The male doctor comes in, you just get a full-on owner.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I like men.
Well, I've learned something about myself here, I reckon.
Is there a computer that can come in here and tell me? what I
Can
need
you
to
deliver
do?
this news on some sort of handbill? Perhaps write it on a hide?
I ain't one for reading. That's fucking hilarious.
That is really good.
Ah,
Hold on, let me check
a
and see how long
cowboy
we
with a
got.
dick injury is really my favorite kind of cowboy. I
Cowboy
sure
with a
am
dick
sorry
injury.
to bother you like this, ma'am. But
That's why he walks like that.
You don't mind me.
Oh, man. I
oh, look at that!
Oh, the end of my jeans.
Speaking of,
I traveled about 28 miles from Tuscaloosa with, frankly, a bad injury in between my snake seems to be festering with poison.
I was in a shootout with Billy the Kid. He took me right in the pecker. Now, it still works, but you can look straight through it, see the full moon on the other side.
Just him slowly riding a horse through town, just like, ow. Ow.
Ma'am, I've been in a rough saddle for 48 hours and my dick looks like a totem pole. I'm going to need you to get your best doctor in here quick with some city learning.
I need city learning.
All right.
Let's get to. I feel like we can
You want
tell
a
some
question?
people how to live by now.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
like
We want to
we've
break into the
literally
questions?
talked about penises and sex for.
I mean, I was going to
good
say
hour. It's got to be.
we're right at 50 minutes. So I was going to say we can do a double pot like we did before. If you guys don't have anywhere to be.
No, mate.
I
I'm
do
just
have-
drinking beer.
You
I
cooking?
do have work.
What
at
time's your?
6. It's
How we doing?
2:30.
I've got
Okay,
to
we
be
got
at
time.
Laugh Factory for. Mate, I'm not even joking. A girl was just messaging me on Instagram saying, "Do you want to come to Lisbon, in Portugal,
For comedy or for a shag?
for a shag?" Eh? Shit, no, there's no comedy in Lisbon.
I love it.
Nothing funny about Lisbon.
Right. Yes, I would love to.
Do you have to go get down there? What's the...
Oh yeah,
She got to cover airfare? How's
Oh,
it?
mate, honestly, airfare. That's the perks of like the Europe and that. Like, I can get like a $60 flight return
That's awesome.
to Lisbon.
It's the equivalent of an Uber here.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Honestly, last night because the Mexicans were celebrating independence, Ubers went through the roof.
I thought you were going to say you thought about leaving.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the intrusive thought I had. But
That's when you pop on a Jake America Great Again hat.
Yeah, it was like they said it was gridlock downtown from.
But it was
from
horrendous.
Yeah, I had to cancel, or like a headliner couldn't make it to a show 2 years ago. A show I was hosting, the headliner couldn't get there because
Thank you, sir.
some incredibly happy Mexicans shut down Lakeshore.
They
So
locked
they-
it up.
But to be fair, they tell everybody they're going to do that every year. They go, "Hey, we're going to do it," and people still try to do stuff.
And the city
it's
of
like-
Chicago goes, aye, aye, aye.
We're going to fuck Lakeshore up.
Please delete that from the podcast.
No,
Every time the voices come out, you gotta delete
Wait,
it.
has voice on the last pod. I told him, I say, unless I say something particularly heinous that I remember, I can't go back.
Yeah, exactly. I think everything's on here. Like, if we're talking about me with a squirter and I've got a few girls that I'm dating back home, I'm burning my bridges as we speak. So everything's stayed in.
It's Turnip and Stone. We don't shy away from a little racial humor on Turnip and Stone. It's a revolutionary low fidelity podcast. I can't bleep it out if you want me to.
I don't care.
What I won't do is
don't
cut out
have a-
us talking about it. So what I like doing, this happened on the last podcast that we put out, where it's just like there's totally random moments of the podcast that goes silent, and then it just picks up on us discussing what just went, which I think is hilarious because it's like plausible deniability, where it's like it'll just go blank and they're like, dude, you can't do her voice, and then it's just like everyone who listens will be able to contextualize.
It's like the
and figure
OJ book. I didn't do it.
Yeah,
But
but if I
do
did,
the voice, but if I did,
it would have gone a little something
I
like
don't know
this.
whose idea that was. Well, it was OJ's, obviously, but whose idea was it to like let him write that book? It's hilarious. Because he definitely had a lawyer or somebody.
Yeah, can you legally
Is he-
stop a guy from writing it? Like,
I don't know about legally.
Not
but you
legally,
could,
but-
as a friend, just be like,
yeah.
probably just chill.
I say, look, hey, Juice, I'm just talking to you as somebody who's only just now able to go out in public with you for the first time in about 4 years. And I'm happy to stand by you, buddy. We've been friends for 25 years, and it's made nothing. I mean, it was not even a decision to be there for you in the trial, but I'm just going to say as a buddy, just because I'd like to be able to go back out and drink with you again.
I'll be darned if I don't think this is a bad idea.
Maybe we put all this nonsense behind this.
And listen, we all know you did it, all right? And I'm not letting that get in between us and a couple cocktails on a Sunday.
We've all made
I got no one
mistakes.
else I can talk football with, buddy.
You've done some things. I've done some things. You've been acquitted. It's fine.
But I say maybe we let sleeping dogs lie on this one and we don't put out a how I could have done it book.
He's out.
I just think you're poking the hornet's nest here, Juice.
What, for real? He's released? Is that actual?
It says
thing?
he
wasn't
2007.
convicted. Yeah, they
no, but
jailed
he
him on
went to-
tax offenses.
He went to prison.
I
It
believe.
says
He was stealing memories.
Oh, yes.
he
that's
got
right.
out of the murders.
Yeah.
But then it says he was convicted and sentenced to 33 years,
What for?
minimum 9 years parole.
For
He was granted parole.
for theft, I think.
Imagine that. You've got away
Hold
with
on a
murder. Like
2007 Las Vegas charged with armed robbery and kidnapping.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
imagine that, though. Like, the saying is, I got away with murder. He got away with murder. And then he's been caught for, like, armed robbery. What a fucking retard.
Well, I think what they had to do was try and get him
And
on something.
kidnapping.
You know what I mean?
Something,
Like
yeah.
they had to.
He definitely did.
He's not the only person that the justice system's fucking over on technicalities
My boy
right
Trump.
now.
How do they think about Trump over across the pond?
Do you know what?
They love him? They hate him?
It's a mixed bag. It really does depend on your political opinion. But so if you're Democrat, Labour, then you think he's a piece of shit. But if you're a conservative, right wing, then he's the second coming. He's like amazing. My dad is so pro-Trump, even though he shouldn't be allowed to vote. He's got a criminal conviction. My dad, like, he was denied access into America for possession of firearms. So he's
Holy
that's
moly!
amazing.
yeah, big
That's
gripe.
gotta be.
That shouldn't be a gripe that we have.
No, I know. That's
the
what
more the
I found.
merrier.
If anything, you should have rolled out the red carpet for my dad. So, like, yeah, you know, he's one of us.
He tried to bring him in?
No, so when he was in his early 20s, he got caught with a shotgun and got into a lot of trouble and got a criminal conviction for it. So when we were kids, we were going to go to Disneyland, Florida. He applied for his visa and he got rejected straight away. And he had to go to yeah.
Kids
I
were.
didn't want a dangerous felon in here.
Yeah,
Whoa!
I got bad news. We're not going
No.
to make it to Disney World.
That shows you a lot
He
of love.
comes in. Oh, shucks, kids. I think we can have just as much fun right here. Isn't that right, Mickey?
Isn't that right?
I was just picturing him doing all the voices. He's waking you up in the bunk beds. Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Why was he rolling around strapped?
Just does what he
Well,
wants.
he's strapped
East
Fuck
London
yeah.
guy. Just got a few demons and he's a madman.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But he managed to get into America after, like, he had to go to the American embassy in London and have like 3-4 hour meetings to talk about his criminal conviction and how he's rehabilitated. And that shows a lot of love for your dad. Like for my dad to show love for his children, that he went through all of that just to take me to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like all of that just to go to, not even Vegas or somewhere fun, just to see Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
3-4 hour interrogations. Why did you have this? I was 20. I was a dickhead. Like, I didn't know best.
Yeah, 20's pretty young.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 20 years old. Shotgun. Madman. But it's cool. He's allowed in America now.
Yeah. Got it sorted.
Yeah. Went to Vegas. Had fun.
Got a shotgun.
Nah. Fuck
No
some
problem.
had some prostitutes. No joking. No joking.
Yeah, shot an AR into a hillside, blacked out. That's the beauty of Vegas.
I did that. What you just described.
In
I've done
Las
that
Vegas?
in North Carolina, not Las Vegas, in North Carolina.
Hammered.
Yeah.
That's
God,
the
that's
one thing
nice.
I've not done.
Yeah.
That is the one thing I want to do in America. I keep forgetting to
Show
do
you
it
the
until it's
picture.
last minute, but I want to go to a gun range.
Oh, dude,
Dude.
next time if you go, I wish I knew, because when you were in Denver, I
Yeah.
could have linked you with my brother out there. He would've
You could
taken
go
me.
here.
Oh mate, I'll go, I'm flying tomorrow, so unless we want to go right now and do
We can
this
go
podcast.
after this.
Bust a cap after this.
Actually, would they let us record a
Yeah.
a remote segment in the fire?
You could get a
But
video
yeah,
of them
okay,
shooting.
I definitely will hit you up about them because I really want to go gun. Just never done it.
Hadn't done it in a long time, and I went out to see my brothers out there and shoot guns, and it was a blast. But it was very cold when we were doing it. I will say, and I'm like I'm a military history nerd. I like guns. I like understand
Yeah.
them and stuff. But like when you get your hands on like a real one, like
Yeah.
I felt the awesome responsibility of where you're like, oh, this is like.
I could
I'm
start
a
firing.
little
scared, lot
Not
of
that
scared.
necessarily.
That's where I'm going.
But it was just like you're like, if I slip up or whatever, like this is like this is a high power semi-automatic assault rifle.
Jesus.
And you're like, this feels like it comes with if I just had it in the house, it'd be tough to just forget about it under the bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, it's right down there. But it was a blast. I threw a watermelon. My brother shot it out of the air
Wow.
with a shotgun.
That's just fun stuff.
It was a blast. It was a good time.
That's fucking fun stuff.
We just setting up milk crates or whatever and blasting pumpkins and shit.
So you obviously in
whatever.
Chicago and other cities or states where weed and some other drugs are legal. Weed is very illegal in the UK.
Yeah.
So I have to go by the means of a drug dealer.
Yeah.
And my drug dealer is a 65-year-old man who is soccer hooligan, part of the Chelsea Headhunters. So he used to fight every weekend in the 70s, like absolutely lunatic. And he is my mum's boss's husband. That's how I got introduced. My mum introduced me to my drug dealer, because I went to his house to pick up some weed, and as I walked in, his door just opened, and he had a crossbow. He had a crossbow like ready to fire, and that's like
That's
medieval
some British shit.
Yeah, that's
He had a crossbow from the I remember seeing that pop up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
And then I got told to.
I like that you're sitting side saddle like Rose from Titanic.
Oh mate, that's so gay. It's the Jim Beam, is it? The
That's
Jim
fucking
Beam.
hilarious.
I love it though. Like that is so America. Like I love that bourbon with a cigarette in your mouth.
Yep. Yeah, that was a
That's great.
scary day because we were fucked up, joking around about how we're gonna let's shoot a gun, and then these guys we were camping on their land, and they're like, they looked at me and they're like, y'all never shot a gun before? And I was like, no, I've never shot a gun. I'm like high on mushrooms, cocaine, drunk, and we're like around the campfire, and then he just like goes into his truck, pulls out the AR, and he's like, oh, we gotta fucking fire a few off. And I'm like seeing double, swaying with it. Oh my god! But
Did they give you
Fun.
ear pro?
did they give us a
Ear
what?
protection?
We just stuffed paper towels in our ears.
I like that's where you've gone with that. Like, do they give you
It was
protection?
loud as fuck.
Yeah.
Once you hear
It's
that
loud.
first shot, you're like, oh, I get. Yeah, they kill people. I get it.
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
a real
it
thing.
launches
It sobers you up pretty quick.
Yeah, I
Which is
bet.
why you can drink. You can drink a little bit if you have a gun.
Oh,
Yeah.
you was on all sorts.
It's
Yeah,
I think there's law like you're not allowed to concealed carry or like carry a gun and go to a bar and drink. Like if you go to a bar with a gun, you're not allowed. They're not allowed to serve you or something like that.
Where?
I think it might be
Anywhere.
around. I know it's in Tennessee, I believe, but I think
Oh.
it's everywhere.
Or you can't be like buzzed if you got it and you got the concealed carry.
Yeah, there's some. I mean, I'm really giving. This is not legal
I mean,
advice.
can you imagine how terrifying it would be to see somebody like blacked out just with a gun on their hip, being like, "All right, buddy, I guess here's the check. It's for $150. I hope you can afford that."
Tip if you want. A 12% gratuity was added as you have a party of over 8 or more. You
Yeah.
guys ready to get into some advice?
Oh
Yeah, I want to fix some people.
We got 2 questions.
Oh.
I'm
From
drunk
loyal
at the park,
Turnip
which I
listener.
think is kind of peak human knowledge.
Yes.
When you're drunk at the park.
This is where
yeah.
Greeks used to impart wisdom onto
Yeah,
young boys.
in those tight little robes. Love that.
This is where they would learn that the world is not fair.
It's true. The park is looking pretty nice right now.
Here we go. This relates to our prior conversations, I think. This feels vulnerable. What actually happens during a woman's cycle? How long can I get away with not knowing this?
What was that again?
So this is a man.
What
asking,
actually happens during a woman's cycle?
like biologically?
There's a lot of blood.
How
Yeah.
long can I get away with not knowing this?
Forever. Next question.
I would say as long as you want.
Still don't
You
know.
can squeak away. You can squeak on for I think for a very, very long time, unless you want to get into a profession like gynecology or
Yeah.
Shaman.
A long-term
WNBA
relationship
coach.
with a liberal woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because eventually they're going to pop quiz you on medicine for no reason.
Is it suspicious for a guy to go, yeah, I'm thinking about being a gynecologist?
100%.
It depends on how they say it. If they say it like that, then yes. If they're saying, I want to be a gynecologist, then no, I think they're all right.
I do always wonder, like, why you go down the medical route of, like, gynecology or, like, colon. Or, like, what fascinates you to look at an arsehole? Like, if you're going to be a doctor, surely you want to be, like, a top heart doctor or a brain surgeon.
Right.
Well, my guess is that it's like and this is my guess would be that it's a specialty.
Yeah, well,
so
yeah.
like you get to bump up your rates because you're like, I'm a specialty
but
gastro, and it's probably not as competitive as like.
Yeah, I've got Crohn's though. Like the amount of men have seen my arsehole in the past 10 years. They're not doing it for the money.
I've got a dinged up asshole, and no official diagnoses, but I've been in. I was trying to write a joke about this, but I was like, when I was young, it felt like there was 2 dams between shit and my butthole.
Yeah.
Like, and now it feels like right now it just goes straight up against the the Titanic. Like, you know how they had 127 holes?
Yeah.
It feels like it goes straight to the boiler room.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's true.
The passengers in third class are getting
You're either
freezing
cruising or at a full like we are sinking. This is
Yes.
emergency.
Yeah.
We're taking water.
It's been an honor playing with you, gentlemen. But I'm about to go find the porta potty at the Logan Square Farmers Market because I'm no longer fully in control of my body. Anyway.
I had one of the worst poos I've had in a while.
Oh, have you now? After my story, you've had a bad poo.
Oh, that's true. Well, it's not like.
Well, yours was at good poo in a bad location.
Yeah,
that's
this was
different.
a great location, bad timing.
I mean, it wasn't okay. Yeah.
I was so I was hosting at a comedy club a couple weeks ago, and the feature was on stage, and I had to shit before I went on stage. So I did 10 minutes. I got her up on stage, and I'm like contemplating whether or not to like go to the bathroom, which is always bad. I should have just gone immediately, but I'm like hemming and hawing, and then it gets to like 12 minutes, and I'm like, I need to poop, and I only have 8 minutes left before she gets off stage. So I go to the green room bathroom,
No.
and I like, I'm trying, and then I'm looking, and it's like 18:30.
Yeah.
Got like a minute and 30 seconds left. The headliner is like, "Yo, you good? Like, you're gonna be all right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I like start, like, poop is coming out of my butt at like 19:15.
That's too stressful.
That's
dude,
not good.
I had to pinch off,
yeah.
pull up my pants, not flush, leave the bathroom, stay in the shower room, be like, I'm the most disgusting person ever.
Yeah.
I didn't shake her hand on purpose. And I was like, it was for Soder. So I brought Soder on stage. He's doing fine or whatever, and then I ran to the green room to make sure like the feature didn't go in there.
Oh God.
Because that was my worst nightmare. I was like,
Yeah.
please don't go. I was watching her the whole way too, because I was like, oh God, if she goes in the green room, like there's a like half of a poop just like floating around in there with no paper.
Looking for its buddy.
Yeah.
What a psycho. Didn't shake her hand and then just shattered the green room unflushed.
Oh, I ran back there, dude, locked the door, and then sat in there for about good 18 minutes.
Yeah, headliner shit is a good shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you're hosting, because you're just like, buddy, go long.
Yeah.
Fucking run the light. I'm in here. I had a 3-part saga this morning
Yeah.
where you like just a.
The good one's always first, and then the later stuff is like
Is
it's
no
like
good.
a movie. The sequels are always worse than the original.
Yeah.
The original's like, oh, I'm gonna have a good day today, and then you're like, no.
It's just frustrating. Like, it's one of the ones where you stand up and then you walk out and you're just like,
No, I gotta go again.
no,
Yeah.
it's still going.
It's
You gotta get a Nintendo Switch.
And it was just all hot dog water.
Hot dog water.
Where you're just like, oh, that's why I felt shitty yesterday, is because I apparently had a backed up. I was a squirter.
He was a squirt. Oh, that's the.
We didn't give any advice, but I think that
yeah.
was a pretty easy question. You can just
Yeah, you've heard.
I mean, the question
Google it.
is,
What actually happens?
Yeah,
The
Google it.
vaginal
She
wall?
sheds. Yeah, she
Sheds?
the. What is it? An egg. This is actually going to be funny to try and fully, truly. I know. So
There's
first of all, I
eggs in
should
the
say
ovaries.
she sheds her uterine lining.
Uh-huh.
I know that phrase.
right.
I think it's because every month an egg attaches somewhere in that whatever.
Yep.
And then if it doesn't get fertilized, you
it just comes out.
it comes out with
no
all
man
your
hits
stuff.
that. It just goes
Yeah.
to waste.
Yeah.
There you go.
Once it starts getting kind of autistic, your body's like, time to
Yeah,
get
just
a fresh one.
evacuate. Like, starts.
Here's another my girlfriend wants to join a band. Music project thing that has her ex in it. She says it's just a professional thing since they've been broken up. Am I weird for feeling not super okay with it?
Man, she's fucking.
I don't want to say I'm not cool with it because she keeps saying how much she missed performing.
She's gonna be performing
So
on
she-
her ex's dick.
She wants to join a band / music project thing that has her ex in it.
Now, part of this has to do with what level of ex it is, and how. Like, are you guys 30 and this is like her ex from like when she was, 22
Was
and they
it her
dated for
first
4
love?
months or whatever? Like,
right.
because I would say, one, you're definitely not weird for feeling weird about it. Like, you should have some. You'd be a fucking dumbass if nothing went off in your head telling you to like ask a follow-up question.
For sure.
100%.
Making
That being said, you
music
might not be able to
together-
stop it.
Making good music together has got to be really,
Very sexual.
really sexual. So
I Yoko Ono'd my high school band by trying to get my crush involved. Ruined the band.
Love that. Kamikaze.
I absolutely was willing to throw away the band's integrity to try and get this fucking.
But this band could be like the new Fleetwood Mac. Rumours, This it's like
everyone's fucking everyone.
yeah, everyone's fucking
Yeah.
everyone. Just this poor schmuck is just like on the sideline.
He's
Just
just
listening.
collateral damage.
Yeah, he's just part. Yeah, he won't get a footnote in the album, but yeah.
That's
But I bet if you're cool with it, or at least pretend for a bit, but you just got to show up to everything, and she'll think you're being supportive, but you're just watchdogging.
I can't do that too well. I've ruined
100% get paranoid.
not ruined. Yeah. Where I've just been like at a party and my girlfriend's like, me and all my friends are going up to the roof. Do you want to come? And I'm like, no, but I will. And then I'm just up there like.
Like a security
Like,
guard.
you're not talking to
chaperone.
anybody, and everyone can tell you're in a bad mood. I'm like, well, a guy in a nice suit's been talking to you for like 15 minutes, and I don't know who it is.
Give me attention.
I dated a bisexual girl once, and she got mad at me because I got upset that she was making out with like multiple women at a party in front of me,
Yeah.
and I was like, you can do that, but just be straight. Don't be. You can't be bi and be doing that.
I would say, did she do it? And they're like, hey, Nick, look it up. Or was it just like you look over and she's like, she's
no,
just
she was
schnogging?
not. She did not care I existed. She was just like, I'm gonna make out with this chick, and I
Yeah,
was
that
like,
sucks.
okay, I'll drink this
My
beer,
lord.
I guess, and everyone will look at me being like, that's your girlfriend, right? And I'd be like, yeah, she's
No.
getting.
Oh, she's getting like fingered in the corner by. Oh,
No, that's just
That
some
was my
fucking
girlfriend.
whore.
You were mentioning about going to every gig that she was gonna do. There's a comic in London where she's a beautiful girl, great girl, and she performs, and her fiance comes to every gig. And when you
Ugh.
chat to her, he stood
fucked
right
up.
there. He's
Yeah.
so paranoid. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, nothing would ever happen with anyone, but like, he's just so in your face.
He's running. Yeah, he runs a tight defense.
Oh mate, honestly, the tightest, like the Legions of Doom.
But
Like
see, that starts to become like defeat. Where now you've like, because women have fucking. I think we can all.
Oh, yeah, full of yeah.
No, everyone's got dumb brains. But because this, I think, happens to guys too.
Idiot brains.
Well, it's like what you've done now is you've set up like an obstacle course.
Yeah.
And like I don't even know if like there are women who, and this is by no means a rule, but like there are women who now you've just inspired to try and find a way around you running defense, even if they have no reason to cheat. They're happy in the relationship. Sometimes they'll just like, reptile brain takes over. They're
Yeah,
like, how do I
100%.
get around this thing?
Yeah, it's a
And
challenge.
Yeah.
100%.
I
So-
mean, I would never want my fiance to show up to all of my comedy shows.
Oh God, no.
It has
No.
nothing to do with sex or trying to fuck anybody. It's just for the sake of like,
Me bombing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've bombed so. Oh mate, so I was. So January last year, I did a show in the UK and it went really well. Next morning, I get a Facebook message and an Instagram message of this lady. She's 54. She's ex-British Airways air hostess.
Okay.
And she's mad for me. She's like, "Oh, you were so funny." And I was like, "Oh, okay, this is good. This is good." So we're just flirting back and forth, and about a week or two later, she goes, "Oh, when are you next performing in Milton Keynes? Is where where the show was." I said, "Oh, doing a show coming up. Here's the link." And she goes, "Okay, I'm going to buy some tickets. I'll bring my mates, and we'll come watch." So on the night of the gig, a few weeks after that, I'm driving up, and I text her, I said, "Hey, after the show, I can only have 1 drink or 2 drinks, like, because I'm driving. I've got a 2-hour drive back home." She goes, "No, you can stay at mine." So I'm like, yes, I'm about to hook up with a cougar just because I'm funny. This is the only reason I want to do comedy, is to hook up with girls. I don't care about being funny. I just want to hook up with girls, right? So I go on stage. Yeah, I've sold out. I'm shallow. That's my dream. I go on stage, and for 20 minutes, I'm so unfunny. I bomb for 20 minutes in front of this girl, this woman, I should say. This woman and her 3 mates, they're watching horrified because she's obviously big milk going, "Oh yeah, this guy, I'm going to shag him later." And he's like, but he's so funny. The only laugh I got in 20 minutes is when I addressed how unfunny I was. I went, "This ain't going well, I'm not doing well." And everyone, 250 people in this room.
Holy moly, that's a lot of people to
mate,
bomb in front of. I thought maybe you just invited her to a bad local indie show.
I invited her to a good gig, and I was just bad. After I come off stage, I went to go find her, and I saw her walk and get into a taxi. Like yeah, I cop blocked myself.
So
You didn't even try.
I've done that before.
I tried to try, but she was so fucking gone into the horizon. All I saw was like the taxi and her walk in, and I was just like, "Oh, that was."
I'm impressed that you tried to. If I have that, I will. I've turned down post bad set pussy before because I'm just ashamed of myself.
Yeah, you just don't want to hang out with anybody who saw that.
Yes, yeah. Well, I've ended potential relationships.
You have self-respect
because. Well, I don't know, or it's just absolutely no. I'm like, I bring no value other than how I did it. This 5-minute guest spot thing.
Exactly.
Oh no, I take it all.
I've
strike while the iron is hot, even if you're shit.
No, that's the right thing to do.
Oh mate, no, I know it is.
I would say that you have self-respect because you're like, I'm worthy of love outside.
Yeah, I'm a good. I'll.
Or I'm worthy of old pussy outside of this.
Yeah, that was another granny in the mix, 55.
Yeah.
Mate, honestly, it still to this day eats me alive knowing that I could have just cancelled the gig. I could have just said, "Oh, sorry, I can't turn up, but I'll still come over to yours." But no.
Or you could have just done medium.
I could have.
Medium would have probably been fine enough.
What do you mean medium? Was
Was the bomb fully on you?
Believe me, Nick, I was trying to be funny. I wasn't going up there going, "Oh, I'm gonna dick around and hope that something."
I want to talk about Nick's perspective. It was like, you could just do medium.
have you ever thought about not bombing? Oh yeah,
not even not bombing. He's like, shoot for middle of the pack, disappear in the herd.
Believe me when I say this, I brought out all my best stuff, and
it was one of those nights.
Was everyone bombing? Or
no,
was it
just me. That was the best thing. There was the guy on after me.
That's the worst when you don't do well and you're like, well, it's just shit.
Yeah, I can't blame anyone. I can't blame. Yeah, exactly. The guy on after me is like a guy who's been on like TV quiz shows, like he's like a C-list celebrity.
And you do quiz shows in England. That's fucking. Yeah. That's the shit.
Do you know The Chase?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Singer Man. Do you know the Singer Man? The Indian guy, the quite small, podgy guy.
Oh yeah. He's one of the.
He's one
chasers.
of the. He's a stand-up comedian.
What?
And I bombed in front of him, and he's on telly every day. And then he come up to me afterwards, and went, better luck next time. I was like, yeah, well, I've just cock-blocked myself anyway, mate. So yeah, love and life for $50. $50.
You should have jacked off with that 50 on the way home.
Oh man, I didn't even pick up the money. I was that embarrassed.
Yeah.
Oh, have you ever done that? Like bombed so hard you'd like don't take the money?
I've tried. I think I might have tried to turn it down before, but people
are like, no, you need to take the money.
Oh
You're
no,
fine.
yeah. I've done it twice. I've just not picked up the money. That's how bad it's been. I'm like, I'm not worthy of that. So that's the lack of self-respect.
Yeah.
Women I'll go for, but the money.
But something of value.
Yeah, something of value.
I'll deny myself something of worth.
I'm getting cancelled on this.
It's okay. Well, we can silence out some.
Oh no, keep it all in.
Okay.
I'm all good. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't want it to be into the stratosphere of internet.
Yeah, it's going out. This is good.
Oh,
This is
no.
high quality podcasting.
So
Got
this
a clip or
guy.
two out of this, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Do you
You
do
getting-
all the farming?
All
of
the clip
clips?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like cutting them compared to stand-up clips because I don't have to like scrutinize my
Yeah,
own
that's true.
Yeah.
work. You know what I mean? It's just all fun. Like,
Did you end up doing my new podcast?
no, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I think Chris told me that it was canceled that day or something, or they had a quote scheduling conflict. So I don't know who they booked in my place, but
I don't think anybody. I
Oh.
think they just like
Is this
I
the
skipped a
one?
week. Yeah, you did it.
That
You
was
did
good
it.
fun. It was good fun. I enjoyed it.
It's so fun.
yeah, I'm excited to
Yeah.
do it at some point.
This probably needs to go off the record, but I cancelled a different podcast today. The was it whatever it was called?
Yeah.
With a guy called.
That podcast.
I know of it, but I
Yeah.
don't. It's I was
He
texting
offered
you
him,
about
like,
it.
Adderall to come do it and everything. It was crazy.
And then they started getting really like.
Or something like that. This part will be bleeped out because
Yeah,
I don't want
100%.
just to avoid
Oh fuck you!
internal conflict.
Keep that in. Just that
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. It'll be 30 seconds of silence, and then it'll just be fuck you.
Fuck you.
What's up with this shit over here?
The sap.
No, somebody jumped out of their hokas. They got
Oh, yeah,
abducted.
I was wondering if
say
that's
those-
the karate masters over
Those
there.
shoes are expensive too.
Yeah, nice
Imagine
pair of
that,
hokas.
Like you're in an office on a Friday afternoon. You're like, "What are you getting up to, Jake, this weekend?" "Oh, I'm just gonna punch some pads and punch my wife in a spa in downtown Park."
Me and my polyamorous foursome are gonna go out and just do a little judo training.
I've got to poop.
Yeah,
Yeah, so this might have to
to wrap up.
That's
wrap
it.
up.
There's a bathroom right in there if you want to go.
There's a bathroom in the rec center.
Literally, like, is on your right as soon as you go in the door. If you want to go home and shit, that's okay. I won't keep it going. If you
Yeah,
don't
I'm
want
more of a home pooper.
Yeah, you don't have that luxury of Crohn's. You just got to shit where you're told.
I mean, I'll have a tummy ache for a bit, but
to. What's the final advice for this? I
Yeah, that's
think
good.
you gotta let them.
oh,
You'll do more damage by telling someone they can't do something.
yeah,
but
that's good. That's the relationship's over. If not immediately, then years go by and resentment and all that horrible shit. So go there, see what they look like performing. If when they perform together, they're doing a lot of eye locking and like ooh la la la, ooh la la, then
You
just
know
be
that-
like, yo, you guys like want to fuck each other. And
yeah,
figure it out.
I think that I think you can't stop it, but you can lay down
some boundaries.
some boundaries and
Yeah.
your like ground rules, or I mean, like you can just be like, hey, like I'm not loving the idea. I encourage you to get back into performing. If this is part of it, that's all good. But like, you got to let me know if he makes a move or if like there starts to be some latent feelings. You got to,
How
there's got to be
good
some
is the exit
communication.
music
Yeah.
too? That's another thing.
Yeah, if you guys
What
are, if you're
instruments
doing,
are they playing?
Yep, yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys are doing back-to-back Van Halen guitar solos while the fireworks go off, if you're doing some Through the Fire and the Flames, whatever.
I get the feeling that setting boundaries, the fact that you've asked a comedy podcast for advice, you've got no boundaries. He's definitely a
You've already
cuck.
fallen
Yeah.
low. Yeah.
Like normally you just Google that. Now I'm gonna message a podcast on what I should do.
Yeah, asking for advice is actually kind of cuckish too.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, tell me what to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm bad about it. I ask for way too much advice. I'm actually trying to, like, from friends, when I have any kind of a
You haven't
stressful
asked me
situation.
for advice. One
I
time.
probably
Yeah,
have. Like,
fuck.
I feel like that probably was like part of our Lincoln Lodge conversation was just me being like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I have to figure out if I'm going to say yes to a show on Thursday. And then it's like, I just look at you. I'm like, can somebody make a decision? I'm trying to stop doing that. 'Cause what happens is I know what I want. I ask for advice. I don't get the advice I want. So I go to somebody else.
Yeah,
And then within
yeah.
3 people, I've totally lost the thread of even what I wanted. Like, I've just made a thing where I can play devil's advocate for both sides. And then it's totally spirals out of control. And then, like, 2 minutes before a show, I just send somebody 3 paragraphs of like, hey, man, I can't do the show. I'm sorry. I didn't know if I should tell you or not, but I can't. And then I just get a, like, hey, no problem. We'll get somebody to fill in. And then I
Right.
go, okay. Oh. Well, that wasn't a particularly hilarious thing to end on, but that's New Year's resolution
No,
for me.
no, I think it's hilarious that you're getting booked so much it stresses you out. I think that's really funny.
Oh, boo-hoo. People
I
find
just
me
don't
funny.
know which shows to do.
I'm doing
I was trying to
so
come
well.
up with a better. I mean, that's not a very realistic example. That's just one that's currently going on.
Which show are you trying to get out of?
Currently, I agreed to do the Comedy Cabin on November 11th, where I bombed at the open mic. So I want to go redeem myself in the eyes of the booker there.
Yeah.
And then somebody asked if I wanted to do like not a theater, but like a 200-seat thing in Michigan City the same night. And so I'm like, that seems like a more fun than, because the other thing's like a showcase. There's like 7 comics, so I can't imagine I'm getting like a bunch of time or notoriety.
Comedy Cabin showcase.
Yeah. A John Silman production. But
So you're not even. You might get like what, $50 if you're lucky.
I'm gonna ask him because the other one pays $150.
Yeah.
But here's
That's
the
what it
thing.
comes down
but
to.
it's like, but I might, if you told me right now, I'll give you a chance to have a really hot set in front of the booker of a nearby comedy club for $100. Will you? I'd be like, yeah, I'll give you $100 for that. You know what I mean? Oh, you all good? You're leaking like the tree over here.
Squirt.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Love that.
I wasn't worried about the name.
There's a bunch of.
I said I knew what it's called. Huh? It's like running over a kid. Like, it's called a hit and run, boys.
You're like, I've been feeling like.
I'm just taking.
Oh,
it back.
that grossed you out. I've been staring at your fucking
No.
toes for the last hour.
Yeah, my toes aren't good either. No, it didn't gross me out.
No, you're good.
I would have taken that to the mouth.
All right, we're back. We just got to do another hour and a half.
Steve's like, I can finally chime in. I'm clear. I was too congested before.
I was, dude. I was kept worrying about my nose running.
Yeah.
Not good.
All right, let's let Nick go take a shit.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Thank you for having me, though.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was fun.
Thank you for coming back, Nick. Thank you for. I'm
Oh,
so happy it worked out while you were in
mate,
town.
Literally, I'm surprised I even made it back to Chicago. So yeah, like.
When's the next runaround?
What, around America? I'm gonna do it next summer.
Yes.
I'm gonna, I might be earlier. But I was saying to Nick, I'm not gonna do like the 6-7 city going around every 3 nights, just going around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun, but you don't get much out of it. Like, you just
Other than a fucking every city in the United States.
Other than shagging, boozing, partying, and living your best fucking life, you don't get much out of it.
No, when I went to Europe, it was before comedy, but I did like 7 countries in like 3 days in each one. But I was like, it's too much.
Yeah, what countries
flying.
do you do?
I did. We can talk about it off the thing. I don't want to keep Nick.
Yeah.
I did France, England, Ireland. France, England, Scotland, Ireland, Germany, Denmark, Norway, Faroe Islands.
You did Faroe Islands?
Yeah, that was a blast. And then what do you call it? Back to Germany, back to France, and home.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a good run.
Cool. But yeah, I'll be back next year. But I was saying, Nick, I won't be doing like 7 cities. I'll be doing like my 3 favorite cities are Chicago, Austin, and Denver. So
Yeah.
I'll just do like a week in each one. Or
Nice.
I'll do 2 weeks in one, and that. Yeah, I don't want to go to Nashville again.
Yeah.
Like, I've done my time.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Raleigh again. Sorry, Nick. I know it's North Carolina.
No, that's
Oh,
all right.
go to North Carolina.
Yeah,
Don't do any comedy. Just go wander around, take pictures of my home.
Yeah, I mean, you said you had a good time at Neptune's.
Yeah.
so
Oh, mate. Neptune's. I will just say on the record.
it
Neptune's.
just wasn't crazy enough for you. You
No,
know? Raleigh's a very nice town with nice
Yeah.
people who believe in Jesus Christ.
You know, the food was good. I loved where I stayed. The comedy was great, but nobody pissed on my face and punched my nuts,
Yeah.
so it's hard for me
Nobody
to talk.
strapped me to their bed and pissed on my face. So
You know, that's
not
how
a
I'm
great
measured.
city.
So I gotta go. I gotta weigh my odds.
That goes in the maybe pile. No, to be fair, it was a good city, but it was just you can only do like 2 or 3 nights there for comedy.
Yeah.
But whereas Denver, Chicago, Austin, you could gig for a week or 2, as you know,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
can gig so much more. So that's kind of where I'm at. I've had fun in different cities. Now let's concentrate on the good stuff.
Yeah. You got anything to plug before we get out?
Just my Instagram.
Follow 'em.
Yeah, just follow me, baby.
Jake Steers.
Yeah, Jake Steers. Yeah, comedy.
Hopefully my podcast will be out by now. Your feed sucks. We watch funny TikToks. Just like you watch funny TikToks at home, but you're going to watch us watch funny TikToks. which is better than you watching funny TikToks because you suck. You suck at watching TikToks. We're so good at it. So
Nice.
go check that out.
Awesome. Does it have an Instagram or anything?
Yeah,
Google it.
it'll probably be Your Feed Sucks podcast,
Okay.
something like that.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you.
Peace.
Adios.
Bye.
Quick. That's it.